I had a new agent ask me earlier. He said, if you were me, what would you do to get a fast start, to really just take off in your business right away? And I said, well, one, I came into the business with no intention of being a solo agent. I came into the business because naturally I always wanted to be a teacher, a coach, a mentor. So I came to learn the business so I can help a lot of other agents scale and grow their business. I felt like as one agent, I can do a lot, but if I help a lot of other agents and empower them, we can do a whole lot, right? I told him, however, there is social proof that I feel like is necessary when you want to be in a position to teach other people how to be great at something. And you have to set a benchmark, because once you set a benchmark, you'll race to it. So my benchmark was, if I can get to 9 or 10 million, that's enough social proof that would help me be able to be in a position that I clearly know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm able to put business together. I'm able to know the processes and share those processes with other people. So when I got to the 10 million mark, the first thing I did was look and see how I did it and what it was consisting of. And I would say my pie was about 4 slices. And out of those 4 slices, 3 of those slices were 90% of the business roughly. And that was my sphere of influence, social media, and networking, and then paid leads. So when you look at how it was divided, I had to look at where I was spending my time. And I got rid of paid leads because, to me, if I have so much success in those other 3 parts, and to me, paid leads felt like going into a retail store and you're looking for that one quality item and they just dumped everything out of boxes and all over the place. So you had to dig through and find that one quality item. It took you forever. It took a lot of time. When you go to a higher end store or a store that was more organized and just pick it off the rack. That's how I looked at it. I was a dual career agent. I had a high 6-figure salary, so I can afford to throw a couple $1,000s to pay leads because I wanted to get a fast start. But then I transitioned and just put more of my time into those things that I actually enjoy doing. I think that we have to get to a point where you figure out what is it that you actually like to do. So I love people. So for me, my sphere of influence is me working with people. I love content. Social media was being in a position and being able to create content. I enjoyed it. And then once again, networking, I love people. So this was an opportunity for me to network with people or be with people and connect with people in person. So I did a lot of networking, a lot of shaking hands, kissing babies, building my brand, just getting to know people. A lot of agents fail or don't start because they stop and they start because they quit too early, for one. Not realizing that it takes about 90 days of consistent activity to get into a momentum state. And then after momentum, you get into the flow state. Realistically, a lot of agents don't get their first deal. It takes about 6 months. Lead generation statistics show it takes about 6 months for lead generations to turn into fruit. And most agents just won't put the work or the time in. And the other big thing that agents don't do, or lack thereof, is that hinders success is they're lazy. Laziness and success just don't go together. I really want to get back real quick to the time thing though. You hear so many people talk about time. I don't have time. And me, yeah, I didn't put time towards a lot of traditional methods of building my business because I didn't enjoy the traditional methods. I enjoyed the things that I mentioned earlier that I really like to do. I loved dealing with my sphere. I loved social media and building content, and I love being out and about meeting people. So it's all about figuring out what you have time to do. I mean, if you're really good at weaving your way through paid leads, then by all means do it. If you're really good at door knocking or cold calling, sending out letters, whatever you want to do, you find out what you're really good at and where you spend your time. But you have to be willing to put the time in. And let's think about how much time we really have, because so many people think they don't have enough time. So 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 168 hours in a week. I'll give you 40 hours of work. Most of you probably don't work 40 hours, but I'll give you 40 hours of work. I'll give you a good 8 hours a night of sleep. So that's 56 hours a week of sleep. Then let's throw in another hour a day because I'm hoping you're working out or going to the gym, doing something active. So you got 7 hours there. That leaves you with 65 hours left in the week. 65 hours. Now, you might have a family, you might have a significant other, you might have some extracurricular activities. You got to throw some of that stuff in there. I don't know, you probably still have 50 hours. 50 hours. And already have your sleep, already have your work, gym's accounted for, another 50 hours, even 40. You have a whole another 40 hours. What are you doing with that time? If you want to start off fast and you want to really boost your business, look at how you're maximizing your time and look at the activities that you're doing in that time. So when you really think about it, and I want you to really think about it, you have way more time than you think you have.